Hello guys, welcome back to TechCruise. Today we'll be doing the P settings on the Mukuta 8 Plus. If you're not sure what the P settings does, it is a setting built into the screen where you can change lots of modes and it alternates how the ride feeling is on the scooter. These P settings will also be based on my experiences of riding this scooter and changing all the levels to my own comfort to make it a very nice and comfortable ride. Okay, so to get started, you hold the M button, which is this silver button on the right hand side, for 3 seconds. As you can see, we have entered P settings. Then to change through different P settings, you press the power on button multiple times just to flick through whatever you want to get to. So for example, I want P10, I click twice and I get up to P10. And then to change the settings of whatever you want to change. So for example, I want to change the power, which is in P8, and you go down or up with the trigger on the right hand side. You flick it up or down. So if you want to go higher in power, you go up and then you can go down to put it lower. And that works the same for every other unit of every P setting. So to change the setting, you just click it and you select up or down. Just like that. So let's get into it and I'll show you now all of the P settings inside the Mukuta 8 Plus. So let's start from P1. P1 is the battery lock. So because this scooter has a removable battery, you can lock it or unlock the battery from the deck. So if you select P01, see at the top of the screen, you can see that the little dial is changing from 0 and 1. And we've also got the part where it says the little lock underneath the battery bar. So if we do select 1, that means that the battery is unlocked. And then if we select it to 0, it is locked. And then pressing the power button once, we go into the P2. P2 means the mileage unit. So if we want kilometers or miles, so 1 would be miles. It even says at the top next to the number. And then if you go into 0, it's kilometers an hour. The next one is P3, which is the voltage level. This scooter has a 48 volt battery. So we set that to 48 volts. There's also 52, 60 and 72. But because this scooter is a 48 volt battery, we go into 48. P4 is the dormancy time, so how long the screen turns off and how many minutes. So the highest setting is 60 and the lowest setting is 0, I think 1. No, 0. And then my dormancy set is 5 minutes, which is the default time your scooter should come with. So after 5 minutes, your scooter should turn off. P5 is a reserve, so this means nothing, it doesn't really do anything. P6 is the wheel diameter, so how big the tires are. So on this scooter we have 8-inch tires, so we set that to 8.0. So that would mean we have 8-inch tires, and then you can set it up so if you upgraded your tires to bigger tires, to for example 9-inch, you can change them to 9 inches. So we'll put it back to 8-inch. P7 is the speed measuring number. So the default for this is 28. I'm not exactly sure what this means, but on the manual of the Mukuta website, it says that this is meant to be set to 28. And it also says that the max number for this would be 255, so I'm not exactly sure what this does, but you'd probably want it to set to 28 because that's a set number. Then we've got P8, which is the power level. So if you want the max power out of both motors and having it perfectly set, you don't have to change it, I recommend setting it to 100 straight away, as this is the best one, having the highest power you can possibly get without having to change the modes. And obviously you can change it using the race, normal and sport mode on the modes. There's 3 modes on there. So we'll set that to 100, which is, I feel like, the perfect number. We've got P9, which is a 0 start. So if you want to kick off straight away off the scooter. So if we set that to P01, it means that we've got no zero start, so we can kick off, and 0 means 0 start, so we can instantly pull the throttle and it will kick in the power. So I'll set that to 0. Then we've got P10, which is also a reserve. We've got P11, which is the electronic braking. So if we change that to 1, it means the weakest setting of the braking. And then we've got 5, which is the highest braking, which is really sharp. And I normally like to keep mine at the lowest or completely off. I'll just turn mine off because for me it's a bit more comfier to ride. We've got P12, which is a soft and hard start, so how hard the acceleration is. So 1 would be the weakest and 5 would be the strongest. So we can change how fast we accelerate. P13 is a reserve, P14 is a reserve, P15 is a controller under voltage, so we leave that as it is. P16 is the odometer, so if we want to reset the odometer of the scooter, we can hold the setting combination, which I'm not going to do. P17 is showing if you have cruise control. So if we have 0, you have no cruise control, and then if you select 1, it turns on cruise control. Then we've got P18, which is binding and unbinding NFC cards. P19 is backlight brightness, so we can choose how bright our screen is. As you can see, number 1 is the weakest and number 3 is the brightest screen mode. And then P20, we've got the communication protocol, which is 4, and we do not change that as it says in the manual. You do not change this, so we're gonna leave that as it is. That should be all of the P settings on the Mukuta 8 Plus. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys learned something new about the P settings on the Mukuta 8 Plus. And so you can change all of the settings to your own preferences to make you the ride more comfortable. Please go check out my website www.techcruise.com.au, where I put lots of hard work into that website to make it really cool and easy for you guys to find information about the e-scooters and stuff like that. Please like and subscribe, as it can really help me evolve my channel, and there will be more scooters coming forward with more cool things, and I will be making more P setting videos for all the people wondering how to change all the settings on their scooters. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ride safe and keep exploring.